fascinated by this character, you think?
Yeah, some people are really, really passionate about it. And we're with the comics too. They seem to be archetypes, and they transcend languages. They work in countries where other films might not. I think that there are elements to these characters that people see themselves in. There are elements to these characters that we strive to be like or would like to imagine ourselves being. And as far as the movies go, I mean, I think Marvel does a pretty good job of making them.
Deadpool is a very kind of, yeah, he's hyper-violent, but he's also hyper-funny and hypersensitive. So one thing that's shocked a few people, it hasn't shocked me because I've always thought Deadpool's such a friend to women, but women really love Deadpool. They love the character. Not just as like, because he's a sexy sort of vigilante, but because he's also just, they just connect with him. He's just like this fun kind of metrosexual badass at the same time.
I wanted her to be relatable, because at the end of the day, she's a goddess. None of us is a goddess, although you look like a goddess. But we're not. And for me, it was really important to show her flaws and that she's not perfect, and she has her moments as well. So she's the strongest warrior ever, but at the same time, she can be naive and confused, but confident, but vulnerable, and all different sides. She's multi-faced, just like we are, because we're not always in control, and we're not always in our element. And I think that that's what makes this character so relatable and also interesting, because she's not perfect.
They seem to have a good balance with, obviously doing their action well, their stunts, but they have a sense of humor. They seem to bring these old comic book stories to life. They cast really well. I mean, because I'm in the, but just they're really interesting casting. I mean, and action! Bam!
It's human. It's flawed. It's funny. So you find yourself as an audience member going through these highs and lows of feelings towards these characters. You kind of go, I hate them. Or they're hilarious. Oh my God, they're so unpolished. Oh my God, they're selfish. Oh my God, they have the biggest hearts ever. Oh, I love that song. So it's almost like you're going for a ride.
I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kill you. Like that. I am Groot.
He moves differently than me. He's got a kind of weight to him. He's got a presence to him that's different than mine, and so I don't have a costume to rely on. I don't have shoes. I don't have props per se. So I have to do it all with my imagination, and it's a lot of concentration, and most of the time I feel very silly.
I think what I'm attracted to about Deadpool is that you have a protagonist in a superhero film that is morally flexible, which is a very odd combination. It's particularly in this current superhero climate of, aw shucks, sort of good guy against bad guy saving the world. Deadpool really doesn't give a crap about any of that stuff. Deadpool sort of dips his toe in the waters of bad guys and dips his toe in the waters of the good guys.
I had a really great moment with James where I just said, this is what it's about. Like, look at how these folks are reacting. These people are excited. They're, they love the Guardians, man, and it felt nice.
Marvel has the best fans, and
yeah,
they're
great.
They're so committed and enthusiastic, and it's pretty benign, to be honest. I mean, yes, it whips up a frenzy, but it's just remarkable to see that commitment.
It's awesome to see how global it is too. It's a real privilege to be able to bring something that people regard so highly.
That's that widely loved.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to be able to do.
Because I'm walking, I'm walking, I have this weight on me when I sit down. It's a way of doing it. And the other actors, I think, are looking at me like, what the fuck is Ruffalo doing, man? But then I see it and I'm like, oh, it works. But,
and you don't really get to play a character 5, 6, 7 times and have this much of a sort of following for these characters. And just last week, we were shooting something with a lot of the Marvel universe, and I think every character that had ever been in a Marvel film was in this photograph we took, and that was a real pinch myself moment and a reminder of all these people, my heroes that I was surrounded by, being able to work with, and that's a pretty special moment.
It was such a collaboration with the producers and the director and myself and my team that I can only take credit for, you know, a small portion of how cool this character became.
The characters are exciting because you watch someone overcome something and then they become a hero. And they might have something odd or strange about them or something that makes them different. And they use that to their benefit. And I think a lot of people can connect with that on a much, even if they're not even aware of that's why they're connecting to it. I think that's the thing about superheroes. You know, there's certain superheroes that maybe are a little bit flashier than others, but a lot of them deal with, like Deadpool, it's like this like burned victim basically, and he deals with, and he becomes like this really funny hero guy, and people love that, I think.
Hi there, thanks for watching my channel. If you like that video, maybe there's other videos you like here on my channel, so please subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you like. Be happy, be nice to people, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.